No matter how high you climb on the corporate ladder, if it costs you your relationship and your family, you might not find the journey up there is worth it. Now, I work with a lot of people, some of whom are very high achievers, some of whom run their own businesses, some of whom have made a very substantial amount of money. And what I've noticed is that someone who is extremely wealthy and extremely successful and utterly miserable because their relationship is about to crater or they're about to go through their third or fourth divorce is just as miserable as someone who's broke. They might have a lot more choice and they might have a lot more freedom and they might have the capacity to choose a whole heap of things that someone who's broke might not be able to, but they're still miserable. And for many people, if they have a demanding job or demanding work, they spend a whole heap of time grinding, going to one level, meeting one level of KPIs, next level of KPIs, next level of KPIs. But if you end up doing that and you get to that point and your partner says, look, I'm done with this shit, I'm not going to stick around for this. Or when you see your partner for only a limited period of time per week, a lot of people will go, maybe it's not worth it. The average CEO in America spends 12 hours a week with their partner. That's an hour and a quarter a day, right? Attention is a currency of a relationship. Doing things together that's fun with your partner, having emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, spending time with each other. All of these things are really important, and that's what gives you enjoyment and pleasure in life. Not doing those things and only focusing on the grind and gunning for the next goal, for the next level, isn't a really good way of experiencing happiness. So if you are on the grind, there is something to be said for achievement. There's something to be said for making the best of yourself. There's something to be said for you choosing to be the best that you can be and to make the best that you can in life. There's some very good reasons for doing that. But if it costs you everything, if it costs you your family, if it costs you your marriage, if it costs you your house in a divorce settlement, if it costs you all those things, then maybe it might not be worth it. So it's useful for you to have a think about what's actually really worth it. There's a famous book that was written called What Dying People Want. And it was written by a palliative care nurse who talked to hundreds of people who are just about to die. And one of the things that was common for men, like 99% of men said, they wish they hadn't worked as hard. They wish they spent more time with the people they cared about and the people they loved instead of spending an extra time at the office. So if you're a guy listening to this, it's really useful to consider, do you have to spend all that time? Now, you might be under some financial obligations that might mean that's necessary, but at least you should consider trying to find balance between your work and the relationship and the obligations you have. And most of the people who walk into my office, that balance is out. So I hope this has helped. I look forward to making more quality content for you shortly. There's a booking link in the description, and there's a card on the end card of the video that will allow you to see some similar videos. Thanks very much for your time. Bye.